Hey everybody, how are you? I'm Eileen Hull and I am here for our Tuesday get-together crafty session. So hope you all had a great weekend. Let's see who's here. There's Teresita and Charlotta. How are you guys? Karen, good to see you. Hi Avril. Oh, it's hard to get started here. I have been actually busy crafting this weekend. And hi, Tanya. How are you? Linda Zamburi. Haven't seen you in a while. There's Leslie. Hey, Suzanne Connor. How are you guys? Hope you are ready to create. It is getting crisp here. It is getting cool, and I love it. Today, I got together with Susie. We might have hit a couple thrift stores. Got a couple things, not a whole lot. What we did get was good. And I'm going to show you some of it. Actually, here is, I think I might use this. If we have a little time, I want to make some charms. But one of the stores we went to had everything half off because they're getting to make their Christmas. They do this Christmas store every year. So these were $2. They were $1. They're nice and heavy glass beads. Hi, Diane, Brenda. You're recouping from watching your grandson. Yeah, we did that the other night. That was something else. It was pretty funny. Here's another one. This one was $4, so it was $2. But I like the beads from it, so I'm probably gonna deconstruct it and make some beads. Although that is kind of pretty. A little fancy. And I got this little, it's actually a knife rest. It was $3, but it was $1.50. And I thought to put my paintbrush on to lay it on. Hey, Karen Ramondo. Hi, Laura. How are you? Let's see if I missed anybody. No. Okay. So anyway, I thought the other day I went to Michael's and I saw that they had beads on sale, and I see them every year, and I haven't gotten them, but they're just so cute. They're, wait a minute, let me show you what they look like. Ooh. I have everything kind of organized, but, well, I took them off the strand already, but aren't they cute? They're little candy corns. I am not a huge Halloween person, but we are... Well, just to get into some of the news, I'm not headed out to Frank Garcia's this weekend. It just didn't work out. Like with the timing of getting back, I hadn't gotten a ticket. We didn't have a ton of people signed up. So I think we're going to do it in the fall or in the spring instead. So, it was a lot of work to get it ready, get it shipped, the samples, and anyway, I feel bad because I think, the people that wanted to go to it now can't go. But at the same time, if it's not worth the trip, then, it's just not worth it. So the good thing is I will get to go to Emma's first birthday party, and I'm going to see some of my girls and my friends, my son-in-law's parents. And so I thought I'm going to make some little earrings and I'm going to bring them to them at the party. So at the same time, I thought, well, I can't just give them a little Ziploc bag Oh, Karen is in Naperville watching a 6.5-year-old grandson. Oh, how fun. Realizing you will have to rent your apartment in Illinois to help them. Oh, need to get a good job. Oh, you're moving, Karen? Ugh. Could have an online. That's okay. You'll send me some. All right. So anyway, I thought I can't just give them a little baggie of stuff. So we're going to make some pretty little packaging, which I thought this is like a little tomb. I mean, I could have done RIP, but I put Happy Halloween. So we're going to stencil it. Hey, Ria, how are you? And we are going to, so that's this design. And this is the little candy corn. So, all right. So that's what we're going to make today. And let me just make sure I made all the announcements. So yeah, we'll go to Emma's birthday party. Oh, Susie and I went to the thrift store. I showed you what one thing that I got. Oh, the other thing is Comfort and Joy is coming up in November. Hey, Janet, how are you? And we are going to be doing it on November 10th to the 21st. So make sure that you reserve that. We're going to have a project every day. We hope you're going to be sharing some stuff too. Hey, Janelle, how are you? So we're going to this is our 5th annual. We've done it a bunch of different ways, but normally what we do is it's just kind of a time to come together. It started during COVID when nobody was going home or seeing their family. And, so it was just like, you know what, we can get together online, and we did. And so we have kept that going every year. Hey, Jenny, good to see you. Yes, your angels will guide you. That's right, Karen. So hi, Paula. So we're going to have that coming, and that's where the team, they do a project, they give a recipe, they'll do something every day, and you are more than welcome to add in your input also and show us what you're working on, and we'll be doing that. Oh yeah, we did. The first one we did was a journal. So we did a journal. We decorated it. We kind of went through and we put together a whole journal. Then it got to be more kind of separate projects. And, I have to get with the team because we had a meeting to talk about the dates, but we didn't really talk about what we're going to do. So usually each person does kind of their own thing. And so we just have that posted in the group. Now, it only takes place in the Eileen Hall fan club. So if you guys have friends that you think this would be fun, that you think they would enjoy it, please invite them to join the fan club because they won't see it. We may do some little reels or something, but they won't have the experience of having it in the group and people responding to it and stuff like that. So it really is a nice little event. And I hope that you want to invite your friends. So, think about that. Now, one thing I would say, tell them that they need to apply. Like, you can recommend them to join the group, but sometimes people don't like that. So we have kind of stopped doing it. If they don't answer the questions, we don't let them in. So please tell them if they want to join, they have to go to the group, apply to, not apply, just answer the questions. What do you like to do craft wise or whatever they are, and just have them answer the questions, and then they can be in the group. And then when we start, they'll be all ready to go. Okay. And tell them to sign up for the newsletters because we'll have links in there and stuff like that. So, hey, Carrie, how are you? So, that's what's happening. That's coming up. So I need to get on the ball. I am sorry, guys. I have not gotten with it. I didn't feel that great when I got back. And then we babysat for the kids, and I don't know if I got something there. Anyway, I'm getting there, but I'm just moving kind of slow. Those 2 trips just killed me. They were great, but I'm like, and maybe it's also the fall. I don't know if you guys get kind of tired when it gets dark out early. Anyway, all is well, but I'm just not moving as quick as I should with organizing. So, that's life. So let's get going on making our project. Okay. So let me just go through what we're going to be using. This is the Library Pocket. This is a really good die. This is one of my just favorite ones. You think so, Moldy and Moody? Yeah. Uh, so, and what I did do with a couple of them, I didn't do it with all of them because I didn't think of it until the end, but I embossed this. I don't know if you can see. I embossed like this part of it, and then this is not. So you could put a ribbon here. I didn't dress all these up, and they're not done with how I'm giving them, but there, you know, this would be another thought to put like a little bow up there, make that cute, but however you want to do it. So this is the little pocket that we're going to put them in to give them to our whoever we give them to. And if you want to sell them, that would be great too. You could punch a little, not, you know, a circle in the top and put it on like a little display piece, you know, that would work too. This is what we're going to make our tags from, you know, the little earring card. And then this is the stencil that I used to, you know, do the cards. And I'll show you how I did that. Just really easy. You feel draggy? Yeah, man, it's bad. And then I'm going to use my embossing folder for a couple of those. I think they're fun. We'll just do one and you can see, but it's nothing hard for sure. I'm not capable of hard right now. Oh, one other thing. You know, I don't know if you saw the last video that we did where we embossed leaves, but I did a little reel on how I made this. So if you want to see it, it's over on Instagram. It's gotten like 8,000 views. So that was kind of exciting. But I used luster wax on leaves. Then I put it on my folder and I ran it through. So and Flappy, yeah, that's, so I did a whole bunch of different ones. I was up at church and I found some good leaves up there. And let me see where are the different ones. I tried them on colored paper, but I don't like them as much. I really like the gold on the white watercolor paper, but you can also do it. Now this one is on the Sizzix paper, and this one came out pretty well too. So I think now the one I would not recommend, oh, look at this one. So crisp and it's like shiny, but I would say don't do, you can't even see it. This is on craft and it doesn't even stand out at all. And but it's gold. Maybe there's a better one. No, not really. You can kind of see a little shininess, but well, maybe like that. But anyway, I don't recommend that. And darker colors, look at this one. This, I think, is a hydrangea leaf, but some of the color came out also, and the gold and the embossing. It's just really, can you show, is the gold project. I love the leaves. Can you show? Well, you know what, Rhea? Go on my Instagram and watch the reel. Might be the, I don't know which one it is, but it's almost 3 minutes. There's another one. So even the deboss and the emboss. But what I want to do is I want to make cards out of these, and I have a pretty good pile of them now. One thing that I would say, I did try the glycerin. They're still soaking in the glycerin. I haven't taken them out yet, but I want to make sure that they were, you know, had enough time. They're also pretty if all you do is lay them, wait a minute, this one, look at that. I just laid that on the paper and rolled it through the machine, and it pressed the gold on from the leaf onto the paper, and it's not embossed, but it's still really pretty. It's almost, I kind of like that a lot too. So, you know, just play around with it. And some of the leaves are better than others. The ones that are really dry, they're unpredictable because they can break off and stuff. So they're not great. The ones that I'm put in the glycerin still have color, so I can use them for other things too. But yeah, I think they all are pretty, Paula. I agree. Your grandson loves picking them up. Yeah, I mean, you know, I was trying to get the perfect ones. I'm like, I don't care, whatever they look like. If they have bugs on it, well, not bugs, but you know, if they're imperfect or they have some kind of you know, problem. I don't care. They still look pretty to me. So, anyway. All right, let's put the light on here and let's put my camera down and we can get going. Now, I will tell you, I printed mine, but you don't have to do that. You could just, cut out your blank or just, put it on paper. What I would do first is just do this shape and then you can add a stamp that says Happy Halloween. I put my logo there, but whatever, however you want to do it. There's an easy way, actually. Let me show you here. So here is our set of arches. This is the tunnel arch set. And what I did was I just kind of laid my little earrings out and decided what size I thought would be good. So I cut this size out and then I kind of scaled down the little arch, this black arch, just so I know where I want to put stuff and how to cut them when I print them. But if you wanted to, you wouldn't have to have that little outer line. You could just take this one and say this is white, cut that and then lay this on here and go around it with a marker, and that would give you your lines without having to print that. But so what I'm going to do is just cut. Oh no, first I want to stencil it. So I just wanted to get a little bit of color on here. So I got out my Catherine Pooler Orange Twist ink and I got my stencil. This is the plate and pattern stencil. There you go. It looks like this, and this is one of the layers, but you could use any of these. They're pretty. I have them somewhere right here. So I think this other pattern would be pretty, well, really any of them. But, this one seemed more easier to just cover bigger areas. I didn't want to do the whole thing filled in, but like that would be pretty. Even if you just did a little bit of orange here and there, this one would be pretty too. That's like a kind of a quilt patterny design, like a stitched. And then, you could do this flower, you could do that little, this running through it. But, I just picked the other one. Whatever stencil you have would work. So all I did was I just took my stencil, make sure I have it on the side that has the ink. I can't tell. Let's see. Well, maybe. Well, I guess it doesn't matter. So I just laid it on here and kind of knew that it's going to cover a certain place and then just started, laying down some ink here. And I just did that a couple times. Or enough to cover a little swatch of the earring card. And you could do other colors if you wanted, or leaves, or, some kind of Halloween thing, or whatever you happen to have for a stencil. Just try not to let it go over the edge. But there you have, nice little pattern. Nothing crazy, but just something to make it pop a little bit. So I think I will go here. And then we'll cut them. And that'll be our earring card. I don't know why we're doing this first. I also want to show you this cool tool that I got. I've been looking at it for a long time, and I just could not justify the thought of buying it because it was, it's a jewelry tool, and I don't do that much jewelry, but I thought if it worked, I thought that would be really handy. Okay, so here is our stenciled page. You don't think the YouTube comments are working? Hey, Jen. I see Paula commenting that said they are all pretty. So I don't know if she means the leaves or what, but she did comment because I can see YouTube comments show up in red for me and the Facebook ones come up in blue. And I see you're on Facebook. So, but I don't know if you can see them. So it may be that only I can see them. I'm not sure how that works because I'm where I am. I'm happy to see any of them. Okay, let's just make one of these and then we'll make the earrings. Okay, so while I have everything out here. So I'm just have my, machine loaded up. Got my platform, my shim, a cutting pad, and then this. Now, I unfortunately got some ink here, but I was able to, I got that before and I just erased it and it was fine with a white eraser. So I'm just going to kind of center that and press down on that and roll it through. Now, I did get some of the luster wax on here, and I was able to get it off with some, well, that one just came off with my fingernail, but I used alcohol, and it came off, I rubbed it a little bit, so it worked. All right, so that's basically how it works. So we've got our little card, and it's nice and sturdy. This is the Sizzix cardstock, okay? The white cardstock. So now I have a bunch of other ones, but we can use that. And then the other thing that I did was I cut a bunch of pockets from the library pocket. And I mean, we could do that, but you guys know how to cut pockets, right? But if you want to emboss this, actually, you probably could put the whole thing in there. But I liked how it looked when it was only part of it because it stood out more, I don't know if you can see that, but this is smooth and that is embossed, and I do like how that looks. One thing about when you're buying these little earring wires, I'll show you, but I got I had another kind, and it didn't work so well for fitting on this earring card. So I would say get the fish hook kind. And, well, let's get into that. I don't think I need to cut these. Do you think? I think you're good. All right, so we have our little card. And you can make different sizes if you want. I just thought this seemed pretty good. All right. So let's get out our stuff here. I have another little card. That's the die, the library card that I used to cut the pockets with. These are little pumpkins. They came on a strand that was I think I got 8 little candy corns on one strand. All right. Oh, these are the earrings that I don't like the finding, okay? Because you have to punch 2 holes and you kind of have to line up where one goes in and you have to hook it around and you have to try and get the other end in. And it just seemed like too much trouble. I mean, these do stay on a little more securely, I feel like, when you're wearing them, but I can't believe I didn't wear a pair of these today. All right, so I'll show you what we need. These are a little bit different colors, though, but you can get a set, that has this, the jump rings, and other findings in it, but where is our, oh, here's our candy corns. All right, and I made some little charms too because I got playing with them, but so I thought I might make some with these beads that I got at the thrift store, but I don't know. We'll see. See how much time we have. Anyway, I'm trying to keep everything together so when I go to do the live, it's all here. So to make a pair of earrings, you need 2 of the ear wires. So there's 2 of them. You need beads. So I'm going to take, let's do a candy corn. So, and before, when you buy them, make sure that, you know, they have the bead go in the right place. You do like the lever back. And look at them and make sure that they match, because some of them are kind of weird. You don't notice, but, well, maybe you do notice. Then I had some little spacers. So I put one on the top, one on the bottom. Nothing fancy at all. But I was doing a bunch of them, so I just thought, just make it easy. You're going to need 2 head pins. And I use the biggest one because of this tool that I'm going to show you in a minute. That one is wacky, but it's not going to matter. Well, that's kind of wild looking. I use the longest ones just because. All right, there's one. This came with a bunch of different size ones. I think there's like 3 sizes, small, medium, large. So there's probably a better way to store them, but all right. So we have our wires, we have our earring backs. We need a jump ring because we want it to turn the right way. So it's not going sideways, or it just has to hang right on your ear. So a lot of times if you do a jump ring in between, that will work. All right. What else? I think that's good. And let me show you this tool. You have to cut out 2 tabs that flip out from your card with holes. Yeah, right, instead of 1. This is the one-step looper, and I have been looking at this for a while. At Michael's, it's like $39.99, and I just couldn't justify it. When I went to Hobby Lobby, it was $24.99, and I still thought, because what it does is it makes these little loops. I have trouble with that. So I thought, I didn't have a coupon, but I thought I need to make a bunch of earrings to justify it. So that's what we're going to do. And I'll show you. I think it's worth it. I do like it. Okay. So here's how it works. So see this? This is what the loop gets twisted around. You have one somewhere, Jen Ray? Oh, you have one, Linda? Yeah. And then there's like a hole over here. So that long piece that's left over is going to go through here, and then it cuts it and it wraps it around and it makes a nice little loop. So let's, I might bring this down a little bit more. Maybe that's better. I don't want to have it so much in my way that I can't see. I should have had my little bead mat, but whatever. Okay, so let's do so here's my bottom of my thing. So I'm just going to take one of these little spacers, and then I'm going to take my bead and another spacer, and that's it. That's all I'm doing for each earring, okay? And then you're going to take this and put it through here so that this piece comes out the end. And then as far as I can see, like I was having trouble getting, I don't know how close I can go is the thing, but I don't want to wreck it. So I just let this fall down with gravity and push that up as close to the edge here that I can. And then you just squeeze it. Can you guys see that? And it wraps it around. Isn't that cool? All right, so you have to take it off. Now, see, to me, that seems like it should have been a little bit tighter, but that's okay. So if you have like one of these, you can close it, but we're going to add a jump ring first. And we're going to add our little fish hook thing. Now, sometimes these are a little bit open and I can just close them. I don't love closing up these jump rings because I'm afraid I'm going to get them off out of whack, but let's see. So I can't really, oh, there it is. It's hard to tell where the join is. All right, so you can take 2 pliers and just separate them like that. See how that is? You're twisting that way. You're not pulling apart because then it's hard to get it back into a circle. So where is my little fish hook thing? Right here. So I'm going to stick that in and try to close this back up so it's just perfect. Well, I didn't do it. It all came apart. Hang on. All right. I lost my grip. Okay. Oh, that's a different one than I had opened, but all right. Let me try that again. Sorry, guys. I have big old fingers, and this is always challenging. Sometimes I just hold this in my hand, which when I did a video one time for Michael's for the leather company, somebody said, I can't believe she's doing that video and not using 2 pliers. How unprofessional or something. I'm like, yep, I'm not a jewelry maker, guys. And I have big fingers. Now see, I cannot find, could be my eyes also. Oh, there we go. It's in my, okay. So now let's add our, I don't want to open it up a lot because, oh, see, my eyes getting worse. I hate to say. It will be good to have that surgery. Now, the good thing about these is they're the same on the front and back. Some of the beads that you get or other like designs are not, and you have to turn them so they're going the right way. But this one you don't have to worry about. Now, I try to squish them together, but I'm going to have to, let's see if I can do this. I'm not very good with my left hand. But I don't want this to come apart, so let's just give it a little tiny squish. All right. Okay, that looks pretty good. See that? Oh, I'm sweating. Hey, Caroline, you're enjoying watching me sweat, huh? These were cute. They had them at Michael's, and they were buy 3, get 3 free. So I was like, all right. But they didn't have like 6 of them. So I wound up getting some different ones. All right, that does not look secure to me. See that? So I might just squish that one a little bit too. Okay, so that looks better. See that join? Okay, everything looks pretty secure. So that's one. Hopefully this one will go better. And we could do the little pumpkin one too. That's kind of cute. All right, and now we're just gonna, now that one kept this little piece in there. So once you open that, it just comes out. Yeah, do you guys that have it, you think it's worth it? Even if I don't loop that much? Oops. I mean, I just love a good tool, honestly. All right, there we go. Okay. That one looks good. That's nice and tight to the edge here. All right. Good. No, that's all right. Well, that's what you want. You want a nice secure loop. All right, there's that. Anyway. So I'm going to give these to my daughters and my friend who is also Tommy's mother, whatever you call that, outlaw, in-law, whatever we are to each other, parents of married children. Okay, so here we have number 2. Did I do that right? Yeah, that looks pretty good. Okay. So actually, this is going pretty fast. Yeah, so I'm gonna take my little card. Yeah, hey Chris, how are you? I know you don't use it much, but when you do, it's great. Yeah, yeah, practice makes perfect. That's true. And I definitely do not like making the loops on my own. So I'll be doing a lot of practicing. Now, these are not that big. If they were, I probably would have done a bigger card. And when you have the tunnel dies, you have a whole 7 of them to pick from. I have my logo here. I kind of didn't want to go over that, so I did like one here and one here. So I just stuck them in and oops. And then, you have them sticking out on the back. So what I do is I just kind of squish them so that they stay together. And then, if people want to put them in their ears, they can, they're easy to maneuver. So there they are. Aren't they cute? I love them. A good tool to saves you time and angst is a bloody good tool. That's true. All right, so here is here's one we haven't used. So this is just a library pocket, and I use the Sizzix. I think it's called Eclectic. It's like the autumn colors. It's pretty. It's a nice weight, and then you can put it in here. Could write a little note on the back. You could have these hanging out, but I kind of like that they're protected in the little case and they're not going to fall. And then you could do a little bow tie. Either on here. I think that would look nice. So let's poke some. Actually, I don't want to mess with those little tiny holes. I'm going to add, oh, that's the big end. Oops. Can't see where they come out with paper in it. But so then you just tie a little bow, and that's a nice little decoration. Or you could tie it around the bottom of the thing here. Or you could add another message. I mean, I just said Happy Halloween. It's getting close, so I have to give them out soon. Or else I'll miss the boat. It's probably too much, but anyway. I can't believe the thrift stores are getting ready. They have Christmas stuff out. I mean, it's as bad as Target or, you know, like, wow. But my one little store that I go to, I love them because every year they have like a little Christmas shop. Maybe I'm supposed to go this way. And so they start now like clearing out their other stuff. That's why it was half price. And then, you know, it's all Christmas. So, yeah, that's cute. Don't you think? Wouldn't that be a nice present? And it's easy to mail. So there it is. They make you hungry. Oh, guess what I did, Janet? I went out because I'm like, oh, I'm sure I need some candy corns to have on my table to, you know, well, I am halfway done with candy corns. They're actually, if you eat too many of them, it does not feel good. But yet, I did it. And at the moment, they were good. They only have 8 weeks to sell. That's true. Yeah. Anyway, all right. So that's these. I also found these other ones that are, they're little pumpkins. They're kind of cute too. So, you know, see what's around. You don't have to, they're nothing crazy, but they're just cute. And I don't know, Halloween comes and goes pretty quick, so. But those would actually, I guess you could, well, they're jack-o'-lanterns, but I was going to say, yeah, they're kind of creepy looking. The candy corn is candy. That's anytime. It's always appropriate. So that is the project. But let's take a look at these beads because I'm kind of excited to make some little charms out of them. The reason that I like buying like a necklace or something is because you can reuse all of these beads. And I was thinking I wanted to make a charm. So I have this wire and I have it in the Etsy store. I really like it because it is an aluminum wire, so it bends so easy, really easy. And it's not, you know, it doesn't stay, but also it's kind of flexible. So if you put this on a journal and it was swinging around, you know, it'll move. It's not so stiff. So that's why I like this. So let's just quick make a little charm. And let's cut up our necklace. And next time I will remember to bring the little mat. Wait a minute, maybe I have one here. Oh, wait a minute. I have this. Well, that'll work. It's just because I don't want them going all over the place. And sometimes when you cut a wire, now see, this looks like it's knotted. So let's see. Oh, so each one we're going to have to take off. But that's all right. I mean, I could just kind of pick the ones I like. Yeah. Well, there'll be a lot of... It goes quick. But actually, that's good to know that you don't have to use the wire, that you can just string it yourself with probably a cotton thread. So, but sometimes you can also use like this little chain. You can use that lobster claw, and you can use all parts of it. And you know they're going to match because they were already in a project together. So you just have to get rid of all these little thingies here, but that's not a big deal. So let's make a charm. So you might, these are all similar sizes, and when I do a charm, I try to like vary the size and the colors and the shapes a little bit, so it's not all the same. Although sometimes I like that too. There's no rules. I'm making that up. Just do whatever you want. Okay. And also, hi Instagram friends, if you're watching. I can't see your comments, so I hope you're not offended that I'm not answering if you had a question. But you can go to YouTube and put it in the comments if there's something that you need to know. But all those dies they're available in my Etsy shop if anybody needs any. Okay, so here's our wire. So now to end, I could use this to make like a little ending, actually. So let's just start with a loop. All right, so let's see, what do we want to do first? We have, oh, I have tons of other beads, but where are my, I don't know if, well, yeah, we got gold here going, so gold wire. These can be, but you could use any kind of spacers, you know, clear ones, like there's some on here. That would be a good spacer. And charms, you know, this is going to go on a journal, so it's only one of a kind. You don't have to match anything. So I think it's fun to just cut up an old necklace. But I mean, you could also buy beads in a store and do it that way. Whatever makes you happy. All right, where did it go? See, I probably need some tweezers or something, but it's hard to see those clear ones. All right, so there, that's at the end. And let's do, this brown is kind of cool. And let's do a gold spacer. This is fun to just, I'm very tempted to take a bunch of all of my beads and just throw them in one big thing and then scoop out a cup of it or a scoop of it and just make whatever I have on hand. It just sounds fun to me. Bead soup. All right, so those are pretty much, they're different shapes and they're different colors, but they're similar sizes. So let's do another little spacer. And let's do, this is a weird shape. And, well, that's nice and neutral. I guess that's good. And now I would probably go down in size, but I don't see any that are really small. So I could stop it there. I like to do 3, you know, that's good. That's not bad looking. Maybe I would do one more of these clear ones on the end, just to kind of not leave it off abruptly. Yeah, that's, well, now that's 4. Let's just see, because a color, it would be pretty. But see, those two are the same, so that bugs me. But what I might do, no, I don't mind that. All right, I'm going to leave it like that. And then I'm just going to take my, now see, let's try it with this, because what I would do in the past is I would wrap this around, and I do have another tool. Wait, let me show you. I have this one. This is what I've used in the past. Why do lives potentially cost you pennies? Well, I don't know, Karen. They don't have to. So this would make, like, you can make all the different size loops. So let's make a big one just so we can see. So what I do there is I would wrap it around that piece, and then I would wrap it. And I like that look too. I would probably bring that down a little and just wrap. And it's so nice and soft that it's easy to wrap. And I like the look of that, but that's kind of a wacky circle there. And then you can cut it. Now that's kind of big. So maybe we should have done the next size down, that one, but I guess you could kind of twist it and turn that into a smaller loop. But it gets looking messy, so I don't know. But I think the other one is a good alternative because it makes it and you're done. But the wrapping is kind of imperfect and still kind of cool. So it's whatever you want to do, as usual. All right. So next UK tour, please bring candy corn for us. You guys you haven't tasted candy corn? Oh my Lord. All right, now look at this. This is scary because this is pushed down. So this wire is so soft. I'm going to have to add something here. So see, I was pressing too much on that. And so I would either have to take this off and make a better loop, which I think I will do, because that's going to come apart. That's no fun. So what you could do is just kind of wrap this up. And I mean, it's not that it's that heavy that it's going to, the weight of the beads are not going to, there, that one actually came out kind of cute. All right. Anyway, these are fun for charms. And, when you get a strand of beads for $1, you can make a lot of them. So you could use your these bulb pins to attach them to the edge of your journal. And they come in colors and all kinds of different versions. There's little ones, big ones. But I would just take that and then attach it to the edge of the journal. Is that good? Yes, it's sick that they don't have candy corns in the UK. How could that be? They're so good, but they're like pure sugar, but they're good. I'm not gonna lie. I love them. My son, when he was in Afghanistan, my friend Carla, she sent him, or no, he was in Ranger School, and she sent him candy corns because I told her that he liked them, and he got sick on them. He ate like a whole bag because they have them they don't let him sleep, and they have him out in the woods and everything. And he came back and I'm sure he would love me telling that story too. Anyway, but so these are some of the little things you can make. I made the last batch out of these that we got at the Bellicon event. I used these beads, which I think are really pretty. Where did I put them? I don't know where I put those other little charms, but they're somewhere. Oh, here they are. So I made like a little yellow one, little aqua one, of course. I did the wrapping there. That's pretty. Love that one. So I probably put it that way. Anyway, you can see while you have the beads out, you might as well make some little charms, right? Yes, they do have different flavors. Yeah. Did you eat all the pralines? They are gone, Leslie, and I did not share them with Hayward. I had a bad feeling about it. I let him have the nuts, though. Anyway, guys, that is what I have. Now, next time, what we're going to do is I am going to bind a book using some of these papers. I thought about it. It's like, just use them right away so I don't have time to get too attached to them. Look at this. So on Thursday, come back, okay? Also, I've been doing a couple little watercolors here and there. I'll show you. Nothing great. But this was kind of a fun one. I didn't finish these. This was last night. Here's some other ones that was kind of cute. I did a little swatch. That one I kind of like. That's a different kind of leaf. That's supposed to be like a oh, that was got all blobby. A thistle, but not. It wasn't purple, but I don't think I got that quite right. But anyway, I'm having fun. So at night when I'm just like, I don't have any, I just sit there and I go make watercolor flowers. Anyway. All right, guys. Well, that is what I have for today. I'm actually early, so I think I will see you on Thursday, okay? I hope you have a good week. Get your stuff done. I'm going to try because I owe you guys some stuff that I haven't done, so I'm going to try not to goof off and go to the thrift store with Susie anymore. So, paper pad required. I don't know. I'm trying some different things. Yes, I cannot wait to try it. Adam just bought blackberry cobbler and raspberry lemonade candy corn? What? That's wild. Okay. Well, why not? I mean, when you have a good thing, people get tired. They want a spin. So, where did they get it? Like Amazon? I have not heard. I haven't seen it out in the stores. But good for them. Is it Brock's? Anyway. All right, guys. See you on Thursday. Thanks for watching. I feel pretty good now, Karen, but I'm just like sluggish. That's all. It's not like I'm sick. I'm just, I don't know. I'll try and get over it, but we'll see. All right. Well, good luck, Karen, with all of your babysitting and moving and all that stuff. Finding a job. Amazon. Okay, of course. Source of all goodness. All right. See you guys. Thanks for coming. See you on Thursday. Okay. Night.